How much joy have you experienced in your life? Or how much are you experiencing now? And then you will ask, well, why would joy be your salvation? Because when you're experiencing joy, that means you are connected to your authentic self, or at least you're willing to become your authentic self, or you're willing to take that next step into understanding your unique journey and why you're on the earth. And I know that you have this valuable purpose, the reason that you're here. And if you were to experience more joy, you would heal, you would have the life that you wanted to experience, and you would help our world change as well. That could have never made sense to me many, many years ago when I started receiving Wilhelm in 1989, but today it does. Because what my life was meant to do was to bring to the world a way for us to understand who we are and live much better lives and create a much better world. I thought that didn't even make sense to me when I said it and when it was revealed to me many years ago, but it turns out that was absolutely true. We start to understand that we all come into the world with a unique DNA code, something that is energetically aligned with the world. Then over time, people figure out different ways of accomplishing that discovery, self-discovery. How do we get to living a life that is happy and fulfilling and where we can experience more joy? Well, I spent my life downloading the information that would allow you to be able to do that. And then what happens is you begin to understand yourself, and then you heal and you become abundant, happy, prosperous. And that's when you have the joy because now you're connected to your authentic self. And I know that I've done it now because I had to test it to know. And I can say to anyone, now you have the path to your greatest life, to the life that you're meant to live. And I lived my life pulling it together for 36 years, writing it down. And you wouldn't have understood it because no one had done this before. I sat down and I developed this ability to enter the quantum field where I accessed information that was aligned to what was occurring in our world, but it was also in collective consciousness because we all share the same intelligence. We just access it in different ways and at different times. My life was meant to bring in a way that more people would have the ability to access their greatness by moving through their doubts, their fears, their feeling of inadequacy, their generational trauma, whatever it is that you might have gone through, this work moves you through that. Now, I didn't believe it either until I lived it and then experienced it and found that our mind body connection is connected to us connecting to ourselves, our authentic self. Everyone won't do that. Our happiness and joy is when we stop hiding who we are and become our empowered self. And today, on October 12th, is the day that you might do that because there are energetic shifts that happen that cause us to react in ways that we don't always understand, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. But I did understand it from a different way because Wilhelm gave me all of that information. And as I leave you with these details today for you to see, you will understand it. Because now what I'm doing is completing this. Now, I know most people won't understand this because we don't like looking at ourselves. And that's what this work requires. It requires us becoming so honest with what we haven't done, what we couldn't believe, what we feared, and how we held ourselves back. And I do know that because I've done it all of my life. But then I do also know the other side of it because that's what I'm living now. And as I've said, I'll be 75 November 2nd, and all that stuff is in alignment because of this work. Now, that is something that I know everyone's not going to believe, but I have to finish this because I'm demonstrating something we haven't seen in human history. I have never studied astrology or the sciences or anything, but you will see that I was able to access the information that was energetically aligned, that caused me to heal and caused more of us to understand what was happening in our world because all the events are not accidental, especially the ones in the United States that you might have felt or be feeling now. They're all aligned energetically to cause us to rise to a higher state of consciousness so we can live better lives and create a better world. And it depends on how many of us will do that. So I'm going to start doing that now because I doubted myself all the way along. And you will see that that message last year was self-doubt is our only challenge. And you will see all of the messages because they've been given in order. And as you look at this, you will understand today that you have everything you need to live this great life. I was the one who created the plan to allow you to do that. Now you can look at it all. But today is your day to understand your importance. I'll see you soon.